Hey guys, it's me. I'm back after a month of being gone. I've actually been wanting to do this video for quite a while. Yeah, I just haven't had the energy or the mindset for it. It's also been an old on and it just finished. Also, my face has been breaking out. And yeah, I just have a bunch of excuses why I didn't film. But I'm back, so, that's all that matters, right? Anyways, so as y'all can tell by the title, I am going to be giving my opinions about the zodiac signs. Oh, why is my fingers doing that? Anyways, Pisces. Y'all are very in touch with your feelings, and that's kind of what I admire about you. My Venus is in Pisces, so I can understand why y'all are the way you are, because I feel almost the same things you guys do, because it's just around my emotions. But you guys are sweethearts. You're very soft-hearted. You care for every person that you get connected with. You're kind of like a ride or die person. Once you're connected to someone, you're attached to someone, it is hard to let go of that person. So I feel y'all, but y'all need to work on not giving all yourselves to somebody or putting all that effort in, because it will drain you and you will get your heart broken 24/7. That's my advice to y'all. But yeah.
The sound system in my phone is actually terrible, so the sound will fade in and out, and if you can't hear what I'm saying, it's just because of that reason, so I apologize in advance.
Alright, moving on to Aquarius. Lord, I have so many opinions about this sign. Okay, so first of all, every Aquarius I've met, they're very goofy. They like to make people laugh. Their energy is very out there. I don't want to make it seem like they're very energetic people. Only when they get close to you and they feel very comfortable with you. But they can also not know what they want. And that is so frustrating, because you don't need to make up your minds about stuff like, do you want it? Do you not want it? But I feel like once an Aquarius kind of like does care about you, they don't stop, and that's kind of what I like about them. But at the same time, that's kind of what's annoying, because they can also care about you and not like let you know, because they don't know what they want. They're very stubborn too. What else? I'm trying to think of. I'm trying not to drag y'all. It's really hard. I'm sorry, but that's just like every experience I've had with y'all. It's always the same thing. But what else? I can't speak for every Aquarius, because I've never gotten super close to one, because they all, like, once you want to get close to an Aquarius, they kind of push you back and they put up like a wall between you and them. So I can't really say much about them, because it's happened with me every time. But I think their heart is always in the right place, and you just have to they have to trust you for them to let you in. That's the right word I'm looking for. Moving on to Capricorns. Oh, my favorite sign, obviously. Okay, I'm gonna drag Capricorns for a minute just because I know all our faults, and I'm very, very drawn to Capricorns. I've met so many Capricorn women, so many Capricorn men. First of all, y'all need to calm down and stop stressing about every little thing in life. Also, stop taking everything literally, because no one's always out to get you. Every Capricorn I've met, their energy is very magnetic, and they're very charismatic. It's so easy to talk to them. They're very kind. They have a very upfront persona when they meet new people. They're very to themselves, but once they're comfortable with you, they're just not as uptight as they seem to be. But yeah. Also, every Capricorn I've met, they're all about okay, for me, I'm very once I stick to something, I'm very dedicated to it. So I would have to say every Capricorn I've met, once they're determined about something, they don't stop until they get it. And if they don't, they'll find different ways to get it. it's very hard for them to give up on something or a person or a situation unless that situation or person or whatever it is has run its course. But they are very dedicated. They're very reliable too. They're always there if you need them. Which can kind of be like a bust for some because they will take on the weight of the world and not complain about it. But they really be going through it sometimes. Once a Capricorn is very comfortable with you, they are soft-hearted. They're like, you know, the I'm baby meme, that is them. I am baby. That is what they are. Once they're comfortable with you and they love you and they care about you, there's no hard exterior. But yeah. Alright, now it's time for Sagittarius. Okay, I've met a couple of Sagittarius in my life. They're very, I don't have a lot of opinions about them just because I haven't had that many experiences with them. But for one, I did have a friend, we're no longer friends, but they're very secluded when it comes to their emotions. It's very hard for them to show like their affection and their emotions. When you do get to experience like that side of them, it's kind of like an oh my god, you love me, because they shield their emotions very well. It's hard to tell what they're ever feeling or thinking. They're very funny too. They have a good sense of humor. But yeah, I mean, I haven't had that many experiences with them, but I'm sure they're pretty great people. Every Sagittarius I've met has had a very nonchalant persona, which is kind of funny because like they'll be sitting, chilling, whatever, and out of nowhere they'll say something like very funny, and it's just like, where did that come from? Y'all have a sense of humor. But yeah, I mean, I can't say much about them just because I haven't had that many experiences with them. But if any Sagittarius want to come and change my mind or show me a different side of y'all. Okay, moving on to Scorpios. I need the mental capacity. I need to be zen about this because I have so many opinions about them. Okay, so Scorpios, what is y'all's deal? Like, why do you always want someone to figure you out? Like, no one has time for that. Just be upfront. You're not a mystery. You are not some book that I gotta solve, some math problem. Like, please, I do not have time for this. 90% of Scorpios that I know of are very manipulative in some ways. Like, sometimes they don't mean it, but they are very manipulative in a lot of things. They like to be right all the time, which is kind of annoying because it's hard for them to admit that they're wrong. But they do, once they do like care about you, they're kind of very possessive, which is scary, but I think it comes from a good place in their heart if they do it the right way. But they're very, it's hard to like understand why y'all are the way you are. Like, every Scorpio I've met, they're very funny and they know how to charm people to kind of like, they're like a snake. They can like catch you without you realizing it. And they seem like they don't care about things, but they really do. Like, they get their heart broken 24/7. They hold grudges like ridiculously. Y'all need to let go of that because that is not good for you. Alrighty, now we move on to Libras. I've met my fair share of Libras. Y'all are very, very clingy. I mean, most of y'all don't mean to, but that's just kind of your nature. You're very clingy. You seek like emotional connection all the time, which is kind of your downfall because you don't know how to keep relationships without them being platonic. They have to be romantic, which is kind of like, calm down, you know, you can be friends with people. You don't need to, you know, fall in love with every person you meet. Just saying. But they're very, okay, they love to flirt and they love to keep people around just to flirt with them. I've also known how charming they can be. They like to charm people to lure them in, which is like, okay, you're saying some nice stuff, but this isn't gonna work on me because I know y'all's tricks. But they have a good place in their heart when they do end up caring about someone. They get attached very easily too. They tend to put their whole heart into a relationship and a friendship, which is, I mean, it can be a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing just because they end up getting their heart broken because of themselves. They tend to put out all their, they tend to put another person's needs first and then realize, oh, I didn't put my needs first. And yeah, y'all need to relax. On to my favorite part of this whole video, Virgos. Okay, Virgos are my babies. I love y'all so much. I think it's because you're also earth signs, and my moon's in Virgo too, so I kind of just like connect with y'all so easily. Okay, let me stop rambling. But Virgos are very work oriented. They like to keep things in a certain way. They're very they're kind of like Capricorns in a way. They have a structure with things. They like to keep things in the right place. Except for my best friend though, because she has an Aries moon, so I think that kind of imbalances her a little bit. But I'm gonna let that slide. They're very critical about everything, from the way a person lives to the way they do things. If they see you doing something that they think isn't gonna work well for you, they will let you know, and they won't care. They're kind of like the mom zodiac sign of astrology. They tend to care a lot maternally. They have very maternal instincts. They care for the ones they love, and they show them by buying them food, buying them clothes, taking care of them. It's just kind of the small things that they do that makes them feel like a mother figure in your life. But yeah, that's kind of why I love them. Me and Virgos, we just clash so well together. I love them with my whole heart. But yeah. Alright, moving on to Leos. I've met 2 Leos in my life. One is my sister, and one is Jeremy. He has a YouTube channel. I also got inspiration from him for this video. I will link his video below so y'all check it out. Okay, with Jeremy, he's a cool person. I haven't gotten really close with him, but he's a cool person. He's very funny. But like, from my experience with my sister, she's a Leo, and I don't get along with them very well when on like a deeper sense. We kind of have, there's a lot of friction. Like, I have to be in a good mood to tolerate them. They love attention. They will say what they want to say. Like, they have their own mind. They will tell you what they want to tell you without caring how it'll make you feel. They're very blunt too. But yeah, they're also very they have a lot of opinions about everything, which is kind of like, but did we really want to hear that? Yeah, that's my experience with Leos, my opinions about them. Now it's time for the crabs, the Cancer, the baby of I'm baby, all signs. Okay, I have had a Cancer friend. We're not friends anymore, but it was kind of like a different thing that kind of drew us apart, so I'm not going to project that onto my opinion about a Cancer. But they are very, very sweet. When they care about you, they will show it to you in a lot of ways. They're always there when you need them. They're very sensitive. They're very sensitive, but when you do make them mad, ooh, girl, you do not want to be around them when they're mad. They tend to put up a wall when they're kind of like feeling rejected and not feeling wanted. They have good intentions majority of the time. If they do mess up, it's kind of just like the mental state they're in, but other than that, they're sweethearts, and I have no problem with them. So yep, I'm ready for this one. So Geminis. Honestly, I don't know what the hate is about them. I had one bad experience with a Gemini, and honestly, I think it's just because she was very immature. But Geminis are honestly amazing. They have the greatest energy ever. When you like, they're very energetic. They're kind of like they're very bubbly too. They have a lot to say. They talk a lot. They have a lot of opinions about a lot of things. They're they're very soft-hearted when they end up caring about someone, which is kind of like really sweet to see. I have a lot of Gemini friends. It's pretty crazy, but they also overthink everything in their life. If you ask them to choose a food, they will not know what to choose. They will sit there for an hour and overthink it. They kind of tend to back out of a lot of situations just because of the way they do overthink. They have a tendency to over speculate on a lot of things. They kind of think the world is out to get them when it's not the case. They do though, however, when you mess with Gemini, they kind of like switch up. They're not sweet at all. They they become very evil. I will tell you all that. They become very evil. But I mean, who doesn't when someone screws them over, or you know, they're in a bad situation and whatnot. But yeah, I love my Geminis. Their energy is just, they have a very chaotic energy, but it's like the good kind that you need. Like if you want to go out and do something and you call up a Gemini and you're like, hey, let's go do something, they will go and do it, which is, I love it so much. But yeah, love y'all. Okay, Taurus. I've only had one Taurus friend, I think. The rest are kind of relatives. They're earth signs, so they're very goal oriented. They're very they stick to things a lot. They're very just grounded people. I know that Taurus is, when they do care about someone, they care a lot. They put their whole heart into that person, into the whole situation that they're in with that person. They can be very possessive. I think when they do care about someone, whether it be friendships, relationships, they get very attached to people for a very long time. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion about them. They're very you can rely on them a lot. They're always there for you if you need them. But yeah, I think they also tend not to see like different sides of things. They don't have the best judgment all the time. They're very, I wouldn't want to say impulsive, but they can be impulsive about a lot of things, whether it be opinions or like a situation and whatnot. They're just very impulsive with those type of things. But yeah, that's my opinion about Taurus. Alright, last but definitely not least is Aries. Okay, I've got a lot to say about them just because I have a lot of Aries in my life and I'm close with every Aries that I know. So let me just say, y'all got so much energy. It is crazy. I cannot keep up with y'all. Cousin is an Aries, and let me just tell y'all, I'm very close with her. She's kind of like my best friend almost, and she's so energetic. It's kind of crazy. Like she'll walk into a room and like it's like a tornado went into it. She's from one place to another. She'll jump into a million conversations in one. It's insane. They need an earth sign to ground them, just because they can be very impulsive with a lot of things. They have a lot of opinions. They can be very, I wouldn't say self-absorbed, but they do like to talk about themselves a lot or focus attention on themselves a lot too. They do though, when they care about someone, they care with their whole heart. They're kind of like always there for you if you need them. They strive for the best in life. I've known that about every Aries. I know my aunt's an Aries too. She's not as energetic though as majority of the Aries that I know. She's very grounded. I think she has some earth placements in her chart. I'm not sure, but yeah, majority of the Aries I know have very chaotic, outgoing energy. They love to do a million things all day. They strive for the best. They strive for, you know, they don't like to give up, and when they do give up, they have a good reason for it. They tend to see a lot of, like, they see things that most people don't see in situations, which is kind of why I like them. They're very understanding. They love to be there for the people they love. They care about people with their whole heart. But yeah, they're very, I love them. I mean, they can be chaotic, but I guess who doesn't need chaotic energy in their life if you're, you know, an earth sign, you know, we're kind of like homebodies, so we need that kind of type of energy in our life. But yeah, I love y'all. Aries are, they bring the party wherever they go. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion about them. I hope y'all like this video. I tried to do my best on it. If whatever you heard didn't resonate with your sign, then it just probably has to do with your placements. Again, this is my opinion about my experiences with them. Each person is different, so don't take it to heart. I also hope it wasn't boring and kind of unorganized. I suck at these type of videos, but I'm trying to get more, you know, into it. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think and your opinions. Feel free to, you know, say what you want to say. I don't mind. But yeah, thanks.